Missing No here for another Transformers review, and this time I will be doing my first The Last Night figure review. So this time I will be reviewing Voyager class Optimus Prime. So he is obviously the Premier Edition, whatever that means. But yeah, he is part of the first wave of Voyagers. So first of all, I'm just going to take a quick look at the box. Check out the new boxes. They're fairly similar to a lot of other modern Transformer boxes, but still. Optimus Prime, ages 8+. There's a picture of him. Obviously, it is Premier Edition. As I said, I'm not really sure how long they're going to be calling them Premier Edition, since the second wave is also going to be called Premier Edition. So, here on the side of the box, you see another picture. Autobot symbol down there. And these brand new 2 to 3 word bios that all the new Last Night figures have. Earth's greatest protector, except that he isn't, based on the commercials at least. There he is in robot mode, and truck mode, 30 steps, good luck, Transformers, is where the picture wraps around, and that's pretty much it for the box, though I wanted to show off one other thing. This is a deluxe box, Berserker. I just wanted to do a quick size comparison between the two. You can see, if I line them up, just take the camera off, they are about, they're only about an inch off, maybe an inch and a half, this way. In difference, the height is like half an inch, like a deluxe box is like half an inch shorter. Depth is also quite a big difference. But this is kind of the first time that deluxes have come in a box like this, so thought I'd just show that off. So, a reasonable size difference there. Just getting those out of the way, so we can focus on Optimus Prime himself. So here he is in his truck mode, and I have to say, quite a good looking truck mode. A lot of good silver, and even the paint on here is kind of a metallic blue. So I think it just gives it a really good look. Unfortunately, the back here with the smokestacks are not painted silver. It isn't painted silver. But hey, a lot of the other parts are. The gas tanks here and everything. Grill up front. So, and he has a lot of paint in his robot mode too. So I have to say, I mean, a lot of Optimus Prime figures just leave a lot of these parts just kind of plain gray. So I'm glad to see that at least a lot of it is painted silver. So I have to say that the paint works pretty darn good. So let's see. There's the kind of crotch plate there. You can see the legs a little bit, but it's not too obvious. Nothing is super obvious. You turn him over. Actually, you can see his hands in there, but nothing is too crazy exposed. So definitely a good truck mode. Quite accurate to the movie, and I like this guy for a couple reasons. I'm glad that they finally made a Voyager of this version of Optimus Prime, but also, not only will this go really well with the new Voyager The Last Night Megatron, but there was never a leader class Galvatron from movie 4, and there was only a leader class Optimus Prime. So basically what I'm saying is that there's finally a Voyager Optimus Prime in this size class to go along with the Voyager Galvatron, kind of face off against him, so I like that too. So, size comparisons in truck mode. So, here he is next to a couple of Titans Return Deluxes, just to give a sense of scale. He is a good length, he's a good size truck. So, quite a bit longer than your average deluxe car. So, good scale, or he scales well with a lot of deluxes, or at least reasonably well. He's, just so that everybody gets kind of an idea of how long he is from front to back, he is just over 7 inches, and at the smokestacks, he's just over, he's like 3 1/4. So, pretty darn good size for a Voyager. He also, I forgot to mention this before, he comes with the shield and the sword, and they do store in the vehicle mode. You can tab this little peg into the trailer hitch there, and it just sits there. I don't tend to display it like that. I find it looks better without it, but, you know, it doesn't look bad. It's nice that they included the storage, and you can also slide the sword in under here for storage, so it stays on pretty darn well. So, moving on to transformation. So, to start the transformation, you just want to, if you have, remove the sword and the shield if you haven't already. Set them off to the side. And start by taking this whole section and just popping it up. It tabs on there and there, and it's just on kind of a double hinge at that point and that point up in there. And it also has a hinge down here, so you want to bring that back to start and just leave that out of the way for now. And then you want to take these sections and pop them out and swing them around. Same on this side. Just want to pop it out, and swing it around. And you can see it is kind of a shell former design. A lot of its parts are in there, but honestly, it's kind of impossible to make a non-shell forming Optimus Prime with this design. It's just a lot of his truck parts don't really, they kind of vanish in the movie, so it's kind of hard to make a, and for anyone who doesn't know, if a shell former is basically just referring to something that both this part and these parts just kind of fold up into a backpack, so it's when like a lot of the exterior truck or exterior vehicle mode is not really used to make anything in robot mode. You can see his arms in here, and his legs aren't really made up of any major truck pieces, so for anyone who doesn't know what a shell former is, so just saying, that's what it is. So to start, or to continue the transformation, you just want to pop these sections apart in the front, and this can be a little tricky. There we go. Just pop it apart, and then you just get in here and separate these two sections. On both sides, and you just bring these pieces out on ball joints and on these hinges. So then you just want to take these long sections and untab them from the what will become kind of the hip thigh area, and just bring them down. Same on the other side. Pop it out and bring it down. And then you want to come around back here, and things can kind of get in the way, but just these do obviously move forward if you need more clearance back here. Just take these and grab it actually by this gray part, because these are attached by ball joints down here. So you just grab it and you pop it apart with the greatest of ease. Hey, it actually worked. Okay, and then you just bring the legs down and swivel them like that. And then bring the this plate down. Raise the camera up a little. You want to take these panels and they just swing around and sit on the inside. They don't really tab in, but they stay there pretty securely after you get the rest of them transformed. And then you just want to come around back here, and this is actually going to be a little hard to show on camera, but because these are just kind of tight, the feet untab and come down. For some reason the feet on mine are a little tight. Bring the feet, whoopsie. Bring the feet, untab them and bring them down. There we go. And then you just want to rotate, well, first, just make sure these sections on these hinges are all the way collapsed, and they do kind of soft tab in. And then you just rotate the feet around like this. And I don't believe they go the other direction. You have to rotate them like this direction and then back out when you're going to truck mode. So just keep that in mind. Same on this side, rotate it in, and they do kind of tab into place. This little slot going into the leg. Then you just want to finish off the legs by taking this piece, this front of the truck section. You want to bring the grill forward, and it swivels all the way around, like that. And same on this side. It untabs, come on, untab, there we go. And swivels around. Hopefully I'm showing this on camera entirely. Then you just want to bring this section around, up, and tab it in. And you can see that little tab goes in, or the tab there slots into this section, and it sits there, and that stays on the leg. And same on this side, you just bring this around, you bring it up on the hinge, and it tabs in. Then finally, I find it's helpful to just flip this up so you can get in here and rotate the waist all the way around, 180. And then moving on to the upper body. Let's bring the camera a bit more. So to finish the kind of backpack, you just want to take these sections and you fold them. You can see there are two hinges in here. It's on a double hinge, so you want it straight for vehicle mode. And then when you're going to robot mode, you bend it in like that and out on this hinge. So it rests along the back like that. Same on this side. You bend it out at hinge. I'm sorry, no, in at, yeah. I was trying to bend it the wrong way. Out at the hinge like that. And in like that. And you don't push them all the way together. You leave a little bit of room because those two little tabs in there go into, sorry, those two little slots. So it doesn't hold super securely, but it holds reasonably. And then you just kind of tab that all in. Then if these haven't already just come separated, you separate those and you bring the arms out. You can kind of see how the upper body is forming. Then you want to pop these sections up. They're tabbed in right there. Just want to bring them up for now. Pop them up. Just bring the arms back, and these will swivel forward or around to the side. And they kind of soft tab in. They don't tab in super securely on mine, but they do hold actually pretty well. And then you just, to complete the arm transformation, you just want to take this section, bring it up, and tab it in. Same on the other side. Bring it up and tab it in. Bring his head up and out. And just bring the chest up and tab it in. And then the final step of the transformation, he does a pec flex. You just bring up these pieces up like that. So you can see this is what gravity does. This is, you know, old Optimus Prime now, Optimus Prime in the retirement home. And bring that up. And there he is in robot mode. So it is quite a good robot mode in my opinion, I have to say. A lot of good paint, as I said, in this whole chest section. Through the head, a lot of good silver, blue in the eyes. Silver and kind of metallic blue all throughout the chest. On the crotch plate, some silver and blue on the legs, some on the arm. Sorry if the tripod is squeaking like crazy. And silver on the shoulders. So just really good paintwork. As I said, it is a shell former, so it is somewhat of a shell former, like a lot of, and as I said, for anyone who doesn't know, it's basically, you see how the, like, arms and the legs, they're pretty much just made out of stuff you couldn't actually see in truck mode, and most of the truck mode is back here, and, you know, here it's kind of just hanging off. So if anybody out there, I'm sure some of you might not have heard that term before, so that's what a shell former is. And yeah, he is kind of one, but as I said, I mean, this is what he looks like in the movie. What can you really say? I mean, maybe there are some pieces that are supposedly parts of the truck, but, I mean, can you really make it, a lot of this detail in here is kind of so complex, it wouldn't really be possible to fold a truck into it, at least not in toy form. So, still a really good detail. And the shell former thing doesn't really bother me. I find actually a lot of especially the movie 4 and 5 designs, more of them seem kind of impossible to not have kind of some shell formeriness to them. But still, as I said, it doesn't bother me, so if it bothers you, you're probably not going to like it as much, but hey, what are you going to do? So it is this kind of nice blue on the shield too. As I said, a lot of good paintwork. An orange kind of color on the blade. So he can just hold it, but it also has this dedicated part on this side that you can slide it into. So you can have it kind of sheathed in robot mode, or you can pull it out and decapitate some Decepticons with it. So, definitely a good figure. I would definitely recommend it. I mean, I personally really like it, and I'm glad to see this kind of Optimus Prime design in Voyager size class. So I also am going to, I didn't have any other The Last Night figures in vehicle mode, but I will go grab those and for a comparison. So here he is in a bit of a lineup with some other figures. As I said, I had both these guys in robot mode, and I didn't really feel like transferring them both. So you can see, and the reason why I have this guy, this is the first movie Voyager mold, just as a kind of size comparison between the two, and you can see there's not actually as drastic of a size difference as you might think. And this guy does have maybe a bit more heft to him, but it's not that drastic of a weight difference either. So I don't feel like there's really any cheapening in the new figures, or not by very much, considering this came out 10 years ago. So, and there he is next to some deluxes. And he does stand about, have the ruler upside down. See, he does stand about 7 1/4. So pretty good height. So, there he is compared to some other figures. So for anyone out there who's thinking of picking him up, I would definitely recommend him. I think he's probably one of the ones that I would definitely recommend from the Last Night figures, and he is a totally new mold. Honestly, I feel like he's even a bit of an improvement over the old Leader Class one, but I do not have that one to really comment on directly. And he does still have some of the kind of extra truck bits hanging off him. He does have a bit of a backpack, but I feel like they've done a really good job to kind of refine the mold, or refine the design, or kind of have a second go at it. So I'm sure if you're one of those people who really doesn't like the movie aesthetic, you're not going to like this, but I really have to say, I think they nailed the new look really well. So if you're thinking of picking him up, I was actually able to find him in a Walmart, so you can probably find him at your local Walmart or Target, so in Toys R Us, of course. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. And I will be doing more The Last Night figure reviews in the future, so make sure to check back for those. Thanks for watching.